How's everyone doing? Actually, actually, let's see. Looking good. All right. Just getting the stream set up. How's everyone doing this morning, afternoon, evening? All right. Let's see. I was trying to get I have to cone of silence just for a little bit. I was trying to get our Twitch alerts seem to stop working. It has something to do around with awe. Which I'm not quite understanding. I'm not quite understanding what it doesn't like about our auth. I think I think the problem is around this. I had to reauthorize for some reason. And the reauthorization, because I don't have an actual callback to my server, goes around something like this. And I think I screwed it up. You know what? I think I screwed up the scope on it. That might be what I did. That might be what I did. A space limit list of scopes. The APIs you are calling will identify the scopes you must. Oh man, they don't give me a list of scopes. I'm wondering if I screwed up the scopes. Because this is what I was doing. Channel manage, pulls, channel read, pulls. Which I don't really need. Huh. All right, 1 second. Let me go reset this token since I accidentally showed it. You can know the client ID. Oh, that's my phone. 1 second. All right. All right, there we go. New secret. I'm not used to using super to switch. Oh, that's my bad. Let me just store this in Kubernetes really quickly. So I gotta figure this out, but I'll probably maybe we'll jump on this later. I probably should just do this off stream so I'm less likely to leak stuff. Probably. I kind of want to have it figured out before we streamed, but I didn't get the time to. Here's the access token scopes. Let's look at that. Let's see. This is what we needed. We need events. So it's gonna be something like channel read events. No, it's not events. What is it? It's actually probably in our code. Probably in our code what we use. So let's go see our Twitch event listener service and see what ones we're using. Okay, let's see. So this is when we do the handshake, but I think we have to state what we're listening to before this. I don't remember off the top of my head. I don't remember. Oh, are we actually passing it in over here? So here we're doing the session ID, our token, the client, User ID. That's not defining what events we're listening to, right? So I would assume this would be in the connect. I honestly don't remember when. This is just the WebSocket config. That's not actually like requesting events. But this is us then. Where do we actually request which scopes we'd like to work with? And this is processing a message off of the WebSocket. I don't remember. I don't remember. And it's not apparent. So this is our WebSocket client to Twitch. And it's just event sub. Maybe it's just event sub. Is there a event sub? Here's a list of scopes used by the Twitch API to see a list of Twitch API endpoints, include these that not require. Oh, wait. Including those that do not require scopes. Maybe the events, since they're kind of a public thing, don't require scope. Event sub. So event sub's here. Does it give us a scope though? So all of these have like what scope they need here. So if we go and go to event sub, I don't see any mention of a scope. Let's specify the access token. The request will fail if you use a user access token. If this whoa. If you use webhooks to receive events, the request must specify an app access token. Was I doing the wrong token? Was I? I forgot that there was some silliness around this. Because I have to have a user access token too for some reason, so I have to have both. But one second, I'm just looking really quickly. The request will fail if you use a user access token. So that means I need to use. All right. So I've been doing this, getting a user access token with the authorization code grant flow. These are both user access tokens. Okay, app access tokens. This My goodness. Now, I do believe I have to have a user. This is where it got a little weird. I had to have both. APIs that don't require users permission to access resources use app access tokens. So basically, if you don't require permission, you have to have a separate token. You can't use the same token that granted you the permissions to everything else. I get kind of probably where they're coming from with this, but it was ultra confusing the first time. And this is probably why it caused me confusion a couple months later when I wasn't thinking about it. Should you get an app access token if your app only calls APIs that don't require user permission to access the resource? But if your app also calls APIs that require a user access token, you should get a user access token because in most cases you can use the user access token to call the APIs that accept access tokens. So in most cases, you can actually use the token I was getting. The exception is the event sub APIs. For some reason, the one API I use. Yeah. Okay. This is coming back to me. This haunted me. Gotta make another HTTP request. Gotta do another cone of silence. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're in the cone of silence. You're in trouble. You're in trouble. I gotta make this call. I gotta make this call. I am gonna save this call though. We are going to save it. We are not gonna save it with my app ID, but that's all you have to do. Wait, is that all you have to do? Oh, because you have to be logged in. So you wouldn't be able to do it as me anyways because I'm already logged in. Okay. That makes me a little more comfortable. I was starting to feel a little uncomfortable. All right, and then we just copy and paste in our access token, or not our access token, but our client ID. You can know the client ID because that gets passed around in like redirects and like, so if you have to authorize, so if you were going to use this and wanted to authorize this to access your stuff, you would need, you would be able to get this just from the URL. It's used in the URL. Let's center myself a little bit better. In my videos, I've started to flip which side basically flip my video because it looks like I'm looking at my screen then. Would everybody like me just to flip everything from all now on so that it's not, you don't get me in two different perspectives? I'm always looking the same way, but I thought it looked a little bit more natural. You know, I could be completely wrong though. Wait a second. Don't worry, I kind of screwed this up. I almost did the exact same thing again. This is not what I did the first time. Because this, you have to like post a URL encoded. And you have to actually like curl it. Oh well, I'm not. We're just gonna do this really quickly. We're gonna try. we're gonna try client ID here. Got that. That's public knowledge. The client secret is the thing that is not public knowledge. Well, it was public knowledge just a little bit ago as I accidentally, let everybody see. I need to find it again. We'll get you out of the cone of silence in just a second, chat. Just a second. Just got to do a top secret curl. Top secret curl. There we go. Got that. Got a new token. Gonna update my Twitch token thingy. Beautiful. Okay. Twitch alerts. Deleted. Created. Clear. I need to delete this. Save that. And then I really need to save this secret somewhere. Not there. 1 second. There we go. Now I can close this page, check all these. Those are free of any secrets. Now I can show you my terminal. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, so I think if I switched here, I would actually be looking like I was looking at my screen instead of looking like I'm looking the opposite direction. Would that be more natural for you guys? I feel like that would be. Get pods. Nope. Oh, wait. Let's delete this pod. Delete pod. Twitch alerts. Give it just 1 second to come back up. Give it just 1 second. See, I knew that I had to do both. I have to have a user. I'm going to have to look over all of this again because I don't know. I don't even know how I am connecting or used to connect because I almost feel like I need both tokens because the event sub. If you call the event sub and use webhooks, you must use an app access token because the call fails if you try to use a user access token. No, this is not a WebSocket though. This is webhooks. This is what confused me. It is only the webhooks. It is only the webhook. So I don't need an app. I need a user's. I need a user's access token. This is, I think what got me the last time was that if you call the event sub API and use webhooks, you must also get an app access token. But I don't use webhooks. I use WebSockets. My gosh. I'm sorry. I don't know how I broke. It was all working, and then all of a sudden it was like, I think what it is the token that I get for it actually expires, the refresh token, and it eventually expired, and it itself doesn't know how to get. We need to actually add the functionality for it to get its own token, like do all the things, but I don't have that. So let's try to walk through this again. I need to understand it again. So let's get a user access token. All right, to get a user access token, basically there's a redirect, and there has to be a redirect back to my web server. So basically we have to send them here to click the authorize button to do that. So let's authentication flows. We're going to get a user. Tokens don't last forever. Access and refresh tokens can become valid for the following reason: the token expires, Twitch revokes, blah blah blah. If a token becomes invalid, your API request return HTTP status goes 401 unauthorized. When this happens, you'll need to get a new access token using the appropriate flow for your app. Let's check out the sample code for Go. Ooh, I thought this was going to be a little bit simpler. But yes, we need to put this in the README. That's 100% going to happen, is when we figure this out. Boy, this hasn't been updated for 3 years. Okay. This flow is meant for apps that use a server, can securely store a client secret, and can make server-to-server requests to the Twitch API. That's what we want. We don't want the authorization code grant flow. That's for, the OIDC authorization. Okay, so to do this, the first step is to get the user to authorize your app's access to their resources. To get the authorization in your web browser, control navigate to authorize. Set the following query parameters as appropriate for your app. So this is where we need our client ID, and we need the redirect URL to be localhost. We set that up to be an acceptable redirect URL. Eventually, it should be to wherever we're hosting, whatever our URL is, like authorize or something. Okay, so I think this is what we need to do. But we need to fill it in with our client ID, which again can be public, because this is something somebody would, the redirect URL would just be redirected back to us instead of into the browser. So we're going to put this here, and then let's go get our client ID. I can get the client ID with you guys. You know what? I'm going to go into Cone of Silence just in case. But just in case. But I'm absolutely positive this is okay. And by absolutely positive, I'm not entirely positive that there wasn't something. No, this is just redirect URLs and client ID. You can't see the secret, so we're actually fine here. Okay. So you guys are back. You guys are back. Let's see. Client ID, we're switching to our client ID. We're keeping this here. Now we need to understand what state and no CE, non-CE. What does state and non-CE mean? Okay, which one were we were on this one? All right. State. Although optional, you are strongly to encourage to pass a state string to help prevent cross-site forgery requests. The server. Oh, okay. So this is just a state that you return. If this string doesn't match the state string that you passed, ignore the response. Well, we can't. That doesn't matter in our thing. Scope. A space-delimited list of scopes that the API you're calling just identifies as scopes. The list must include the OpenID scope. Don't forget to URL encode the list. I think we're actually good with just the very base, because the events don't require a scope as far as I understand. As far as I understand. Your app's registered to redirect. Yep. Okay. Although optional, you are strongly encouraged to pass the non-CE string to prevent cross. So it's the exact same thing as the state. The server returns the string to you in the ID token list of the claims. Oh, okay. So this is putting it in a different place. So you can verify it in two places. In case this is actually kind of, I feel like this would be easy to forge though, honestly. Wouldn't it? Wouldn't this be easy to just put in your response too if you knew their documentation? It's not signed by them. If they signed it and there was a public key, then you could actually validate that. I don't know. I feel like they should just sign their response. That would be better, right? This seems kind of dumb. This seems like a handshake, and as long as you know the handshake. Am I missing a point here? Because although optional, you are strongly encouraged to pass a state string to help prevent cross-site forgery requests. The server returns the string to you in a redirect URL. See the state parameter in the fragment portion of the URL. If this string does not match, so they're just passing it back in the URL. Anybody could do that if they wanted to. I don't know how this prevents anything. I mean, each request would have its own state. I don't know. Maybe I'm sure it does, and I'm just not thinking of it. All right, so those should be fine as is because they're just random strings. So I think we do this. Now I have to cone of silence you all because as I make this an actual thing, this will give me my token that you all cannot see. Don't trust you with. Don't even trust myself with the power of this token. Token lets me list events. Woohoo! All right. Hey! Wow, Don Ho, thanks for the raid. And Don, okay, so you guys are in Code of Silence because we are fixing my Twitch events. I made my own generated. You would have gotten a generated message for a raid. And I'm so sorry that it's not working right now. So that's what we're working on right now. We're fixing our Twitch event listener for follow and subscriptions because we made one in Rust. We made a Twitch event listener in Rust that listens for Twitch events and whatnot. Thank you so much for that raid, Don Ho. That was awesome. I'll have to check your stream out later. What do you guys work on? He doesn't do much work. That's awesome. That's awesome. You know what? Half the time I'm streaming, I don't feel like I get very much done. We're gonna get some more stuff done today, hopefully. I just need to update this secret in Kubernetes and see if the Twitch events start working again. NPV, it's good to see you. NPV 0. I'm literally just putting the secret in here, and I'm sorry, I sometimes can't think and speak at the same time. I'm pretty awesome like that. I can't think and speak at the same time. I can't think and type at the same time. I was trying to type, and thus I couldn't think It was bad combination. Bad combination. So we do Rust and Go a lot here. This is in Rust, obviously. I was going to work on Eddington, our other project that I can explain while working on it. It's in Go. And we do some Kubernetes stuff. So, yeah. Let's see. I just need to delete this pod, see if this worked. You know what? I can just clear this and clear this here. To share my screen. Now you guys can be out of the cone of silence. You can actually see what's happening. Well, because not much is happening, but you know, you can see what's happening. All right. I am also notorious for leaking secrets. I am very good at resetting secrets. I'm getting better about not leaking them. Okay, get pods. All right. We're still in crash back off. I thought that was going to fix it. So this is a different. All right. So we sent this. We got a reply back with this code, and I use this code. If the user did not, the user sends an error code. So this was what I used. And then you use the authorization code to get a token. That's what our app has always done. So I don't know why this stopped working, because I believe this is what we have literally always done. If we go through here and look at, let's see. Now, if this project looks a little interesting, it is set up in an interesting way, and we can explain why it's set up the way that it is, because you'll notice there's like a bunch of base folders, and one's called a monolith, which looks ridiculous, but there's actually a rhyme and reason for it. There is actually a rhyme and reason for it. Okay. Let's see. So we pass in the client, or the token and the client ID. And this is what we're using. Let's see. If we go down here, we call client.run. So in run, we're calling connect, which is this right here. And we're passing in the token here. This is just building the WebSocket web. So basically, you make a WebSocket connection, and then you pass in. It gives you a welcome message. So they give you a welcome message, and then you basically pass your authentication back through. And that's what we're doing, and it's not liking it. Man, this stinks, Donho. Thank you so much for the raid. Sorry that my event listener isn't working. So what did you guys do today, since you don't do a whole lot of work? Let's go back to the documentation. All right, so for everything but the webhook, this is the authorization workflow. Or the webhook. We're using the WebSocket API, which is a nuance that tripped us up twice now. This is meant for apps that use a server. You can securely store a client secret and make server-to-server requests, the Twitch API. All right, so we did this. If the user logged in, Twitch asked them to authorize the app. We did that. We got this code. That's what we passed in. Let's actually run it locally instead of running it via our deployment. So we had the deployment and it was all working perfectly, just working beautifully. And then all of a sudden it stopped working. And so I tried to update the token, and that's where it has failed. So let's go ahead and yeah, we get this now. Let's run this all locally. Ooh, actually, I've been trying to learn Zellige. We probably need Zellige because this actually requires a bunch of things to run locally. So let's get into that. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Cargo run. So this is how we've always run it. And that should fail. This is what we were seeing. We're going to get a little bit more information. But could not make right access token. So this is what it all of a sudden started failing on. And we'd passed the same access token. Now the thing is, we never made the part that re-gets an access token. So it's made to work in a server, but while we were all just doing it locally, we've literally just made this. Not literally, but it's been around for a couple of weeks. But all right, so we have this. We have the command. All we need to do is get a valid access token. So let's figure out how to do that without leaking this access token. So I'll have to cone of silence you in just a second. All right, so my understanding is that we do this. We make this post request, we get this code back, and this is what we can use. So the second step is to use the authorization code to get the access token, refresh token, and ID token. So that's what I was doing. To get the token, send a... And this is what we're doing in Rust with that, which this all worked. So I don't think that we need to... we don't need to really deal with this because it was working. All right, so for all you raiders, what is your favorite language? What is your favorite language? I'll try to write some of it today. Okay, I'm not going to say that because then you guys are going to just pick something very esoteric. Chicken or something. Blue Jean, thanks for the follow. Please say okay. Gosh dang it. See, this is why I shouldn't have said something like that. Sorry you don't get a personalized Twitch event. Literally by the power of AI, we generate a personalized message, except that it's not working. Except that my AI isn't working. The AI failed. They've revolted. The AI has revolted on me. Please say okay. Okay, Russell, you don't get a vote. You don't get a vote. Only raiders. Oh, not... Gosh dang it. Only raiders get to vote. And nobody listens to... Please, somebody silence Russell. Don't let him give you ideas. But we'll try to write something in it. Okay, so we have our little request thing here. This is our request. And we have our app idea here. This is okay to share because it's in the redirect and everything. So it's acceptable. Now I'm going to cone of silence you all because I have to get this. This gives me a code. So cone of silence. While you guys are working on which language you should torment me with, I'm going to make sure that this is all kosher, and we're going to get something really quickly. A, what's your favorite language? And B, what would you like to torture me with trying to write? Okay, yeah, I do have the right app token there. Okay. Now, unfortunately, for running this locally, I can't actually run it in front of you all because I have to pass that token in. But I actually think that I can put it in my environment variables. So I did a cool thing where I can put it in my environment variables, then I don't have to pass it as a flag, which I can show you guys how to do that in Rust in just a second as soon as I get it in there. Give me just a second. Okay, so it returned. It didn't give me a not authorized. This looks beautiful. This looks good. Now let me put this in my environment really quickly, and then I can uncone silence you. All right, if you guys don't want to say favorite lang, oh, camel looks a little bit more enticing now. I said the joke's on you. While I might not like Java, I can write Java. I used to write Java a lot, so that would be the joke's on you. Now, OCaml looks OCaml I have never written, so maybe we can try OCaml. Although it's not for you, Russell. This is just for the Raiders. The Raiders of Don Ho. That's what we're going to call them. All right. So now that I've done that, we should be able to run this command, but I have the access token in my environment variable, so I shouldn't have to pass it. So this is just the channel ID for the one we want to get events for. And it actually is going to fail on my, it should fail on another one because I didn't actually put it in the environment. Oh yeah, this is for the AI manager service. Perfect. Perfect. We're on a roll. We're solving this. So if we source this now, oh, well, I thought we were on a roll. I thought we were on a roll. So this is, oh. Oh. Maybe I'm an idiot. Maybe I'm an idiot. Let's check this out. K get pods, K logs, Twitch alerts. Oh, this doesn't tell us. This doesn't tell us. I'm betting this is the AI manager. I bet you that our key, our secret for our AI died. And this wasn't the Twitch one at all. Because that's what's failing here. That's what's failing here. It's the AI service. Interesting. Oh gosh, our Pearl. Objective. I don't think I can write Objective C. Can you do that off of an Apple? I don't think you can. I don't think I can do an Apple Objective C. I'm gonna say Objective C is not allowed. VB.net. This is why I don't extend this to Russell. My gosh. Okay, so I think I'm gonna have to Cone of Silence you and get my API key. I wonder if they invalidate. Why would they do that? Did I not pay? I'm just thinking of something, chat. Recently, my credit card was stolen. And I bet you I never re-updated the payment. I'm betting. I'm betting that's what happened. I don't think I got an email for it, though. I don't think I got an email for it. I don't think I got an email. Let's see. Let's see if that's what happened. Now, the idea, the goal is to run our own AI, but so far I haven't figured that piece out right now. So we used ChatGPT to generate it. Unfortunately, we're going to run our own open source version at some point because I'd like anybody to be able to run this if they want so that they can have their own personal ones. Let me just make sure that my account is still good. Yeah. No, it's still good. All right, I'm just going to create a new key. We're gonna see if that and then I'll if this new key works, I will if this new key works, I'll delete the other ones. They don't say that they're invalidated. Interesting. The other thing is, if they did invalidate it, they should have. I mean, that's kind of risky. If this had been like a production thing, you can't just invalidate people's keys on them. All right, let's see if that worked. That didn't work. I feel like that's good. If that worked, I would be horrified. All right, let's go check out this code. Let's check it out. So we're in this utils here, section 54 from the AI manager. So that's actually an interesting thing. Oh no, I'm reading this. It's not from the it's just section 45. I think I was completely off on I got in a rabbit hole. I got in a rabbit hole. One second, I just got to make sure I clear that screen so I don't leak my new API key. Cool beans. All right. I think I was jumping the gun there. All right, let's look at this code. Let's look at this code. Utils in 54, line 54. Line 54 causes us problems. Line 54. All right. Wait. that's not the line, is it? This one right here, the end, the uh, the install stall of tracing. Our tracing is causing our all. That has to not be the right place. All right. Let's see. Monolith util make token. Oh, okay, okay. All right, all right. This makes more sense. So it is Twitch. Wow, I don't know why I was thinking. I saw this, and I'm telling you, I just got misled completely because I'm pretty sure we have a valid token. Was this right here? I saw this right here, but that's just because I have crappy code in there. That was all. Russell, have you ever written VB.net? I have literally never written VB.net. I've seen it. You have to do like the endif like closures. I believe tabbing. I don't know if tabbing is a thing in that one language or not. It looks like one of those languages where everything has to be aligned just properly. All right, so it's still disliking our token. You know what? I'm going to leak this token because we'll just get a new one. I'm going to leak this token. We're going to try some here. VB6 and then VB.net as a company didn't want to convert to C Sharp. Oh, really? They didn't want to convert from VB.net to C Sharp? That feels weird. I don't write C Sharp, but the little times that I have, I wouldn't be opposed to like the Roslyn plus plus C Sharp. I meant plus plus as in like after the Roslyn compiler. Oh, they did like you're talking about like plugins for Excel or something. All right, let's look at this Twitch OAuth token. That does not sound fun. Oh, actual Windows apps with VB? I thought it was always like plugins for viruses for Word. um All right. So, I've been doing the authorization code flow. Maybe I'll just try the implicit flow example. I feel like that's the wrong choice, but I feel like the authorization code flow hasn't worked. I feel like it hasn't worked. All right. So, we do this. You guys are going to get a little bit of a token. Just a little itty bitty token. Delphi. I've also never touched Delphi. I feel like I should be blessed by that. I don't know the language though, so it might have been the most awesome stuff since Swiss cheese or something. I'm not even sure why Swiss sliced bread I think is the same. Fox Pro. I think you're just making stuff up now. I think you're just making stuff up. So we're just gonna pass the token in here. This one's gonna work since I've leaked it and can't use it anymore. This is gonna work. Of course it worked. Of course it worked. Now we crashed for some other reason? What? Hey, this is progress. This is progress. This is the scopes. I'm almost positive it's upset about scopes because it's always upset about scopes. There was a scope it warned us about. This is progress, people. This is progress. All right, so let's read this. Subscription missing authorization, which means we don't have the right scopes. Or I say that like I know exactly what I'm talking about, but what I think means we don't have the proper scopes because we had to post scopes in here, and I think we need to find the right scopes. So let's go see. These are the scopes. Now, the last time we looked through here, we didn't think we needed one. Visual, I gotta see this. Now, I'm gonna warn everybody, new people aren't allowed to post links. It's Nightbot, and Nightbot gets very aggressive. Whoever programmed Nightbot is very aggressive. So if you want to post a link, you can't right now. But the next time you join, generally as long as you've been here for a little bit, I put you on the allow list. But Nightbot gets very aggressive. Visual Fox Pro. Microsoft data-centric procedural program. I like procedural. You know what? This sounds like a awesome language. A procedural programming language with object-oriented programming features. I feel like that's like 90% of what you could call Go and Rust. Like Go and Rust are procedural programming languages first. They're kind of multi-paradigm in theory. But then with like some like hints of, you know, like I would say traits are an object-oriented programming feature. Message passing is huge in Rust, which is an object-oriented thing. So like the same with Go, it's huge on message passing. So I feel like that's kind of where I really like the languages I really like. So I'm starting to really dig Fox Pro, and I haven't even looked at any of it. Does it have an example code? Oh gosh, I stopped liking it. I stopped liking it. I didn't. This causes me issues. Oh. Oh, I was liking. I liked it. It started strong. It started strong. I got here and it started strong. Oh. Oh. Okay. Well, we're gonna give up on the Fox Pro. I was gonna say that I was a Fox Pro Fox Pro squared, but I'm giving up on my days of Fox Pro proness. Yeah. So all right, let's see. There is no events, right? Events. Get hype train events. That's not what we want. Channel read. There is no other event scope. Let's see. When a good idea turns out to be a bad product. Do you know what I hate most? This is what happens to a lot of software engineering. They'll be like, Fox Pro is a procedural programming language with object-oriented programming language, with object-oriented features. They'll see this, and then they'll be like, procedural languages with object-oriented object-oriented features, which I don't even know. It could be multiple inheritance, which would be shockingly horrible. I don't know which object-oriented features that they had. But they'll take this and they'll be like, that combination is bad. And it's just like, well, no, you could say that the execution was bad. It doesn't mean that the concept itself is bad. Oh, there is a banned and timed out event. That would be fantastic. We need to generate a story for people that get banned and timed out. Yes. Yes. Okay. We will update that in a second as soon as we figure out our proper authorization. All right, you guys are getting me stuck on this language. I am surprised. Don Ho's followers are much nicer than mine. You guys are saints. Russell, I'm pretty sure you're the only person that gets banned and timed out. uh, I do believe you are the one. Okay, okay, so this is what we use to subscribe events. You have 10 seconds to reply. That seems right. We have a keep alive a message, ping message. We got that. Notification reconnect message. Got that. Close message. Which events is my... this is what we need. If you disconnect from the website, all subscription associated with that session are automatically disabled. If you create a new WebSocket session, you'll need to recreate the subscriptions that were in the disconnected session if you want the same subscriptions. To discover the events that a WebSocket session subscribes to, use the get event subscription endpoint. For details, getting a list to events you subscribe to. Page to the events compared to the WebSocket. Blah, blah, blah. So this is where webhooks uses the app access token, WebSockets uses the user access token. We got that. We got that cleared up. This doesn't tell me the scopes though. Yeah, it has nothing on scopes. Do you remember that time where you like wrote I believe it was like an environment variable and it yelled at you? That was fantastic. I'm sorry. Eventually, we'll write our own Nightbot that will be better. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can really do about it, but Nightbot is pretty aggressive. So they said see this for reference, but the things that I was doing didn't require one. So let's just go through. There's not too many here. Yeah, there's not too many. I'm just going. Oh, guys, look at this. I was looking through these. Look at what's at the bottom. Pub sub scopes. We don't need these. These are for like chat and moderation. This is for chat. Never mind. I saw pub sub, but it's for chat. Yeah, perform moderation, send live stream chat message, view live stream chat message, view your whisper message, send with... Yeah, this is not anything. All right, so we'll just go through these. User read subscription, user follows, user... Yeah, I don't need to see what people are following. Read broadcast, block users, block... It needs to be like a user events. Like I need to see their events, but I don't think that they have a scope for that. Shout out, shield mode, guest star, followers, chatters, chat settings, chat messages, blocked terms, block terms. Oh, there's a block terms. Can I edit this? I'm not a very good streamer. That's awesome. Block banned users, on mod. No, none of these are what I need. Announcements, moderation, clips, VIPs, videos, subscription, stream key schedule, redemption. I need events. Guest star goals, extension, edit. I did try searching through this before just brute force reading through it, just so you all know, because it didn't, any of the search terms I didn't come up with. Charity, broadcast, read. None of these are events. There goes your ability to write Objective. I hate Objective-C. I have seen it. So when they talk about here and we add scopes to this, is that, let's look at our terminal message here. I feel like this was a scope thing. Subscription missing proper authorization. So Togglebit, thanks for asking. I'm looking, so the weird part was this was all working for a little while. We had our own Twitch events. We listened to them. We have our own front end as well. And it would actually display on my Twitch stream. And they broke. And they broke because they started saying that we weren't authorized anymore. So I did a quick refresh of the token, and that refresh hasn't actually worked. So all it is like followers and right now it's followers and subscribers. I think we started piping raids, but I'm not sure. I've never been raided before, so I'm not sure that the raids actually work. So this would have been a great time to test that in production. But but those are the things that we're listening to. But it's just the event sub, and all of those things are public for the most part. So you can see that we're just going to the event sub. The subscription missing proper authorization when calling post. And this was with our new access token that we got. We got this access token making this call with these scope. Channel manage, polls, channel. I feel like the very first time that we did this, we had to make our own, you know what? I might have something around this on my Mac. No, I don't. I'm glad I don't. Okay, yeah. Cool. All right. So basically what we need to do is authorize ourselves, but I'm struggling to find where the scope that I need to ask for events, because they don't have it listed as a scope. And then in here, WebSocket events. We're doing the WebSockets. They don't talk about scopes to scope. Yeah, there's nothing about scopes here. So here's the welcome message, and this is when we send our token up back to them. Not all of them are public. You're right. So like moderation events and stuff like that aren't. But the subscriptions and the followers are. I haven't found a scope for. It's not getting an access to mine. It's the events of somebody subscribing. We just looked through all of the scopes though. Twitch API scopes. I didn't see subs. So channel read subscriptions. Maybe this is one we need. Is there a followers? Followers. Moderator read the followers of a broadcaster. So I guess this isn't getting the events though, but maybe. This is the only thing that has to do with events. Get a list of the users who follow specific broadcasters. So this is like making a query to get their followers. Hey, let's just try this. We'll try this in the subscribers. So it's this right here. This very well could be it. All right, so we have to URL encode these, so that will be tons of fun. So this will be okay. So it's just this right here. The %3. That's fantastic. Beautiful. So now we can add this. And then let's do the subscribers. Subscriptions. We'll hack this up too. So these are the %3s. All right, with any luck, we don't need luck. We're just that good. We're just that good. All right, let's try this. Let's give this a shot. Actually, let's do it in a new window. All right, so here's a nice leaked token. Wait, nope. No, it did not. Let's post this somewhere where you guys can read. I think that it failed, which might just mean that so we have authorized token and client ID. Oh, yeah, this is weird. Usually I thought it was just token, but maybe it did work. So let's try that. No, this is our client. That's our client. It didn't return a token to us. Usually that's in a code. Did it give us... One second. Did it... Oh, invalid escape. Oh, okay. So our URL was wrong. I screwed it up. It's actually, if we look over here, this was telling, it was just really small, really impossible to hear. Invalid URL escape, %3R. What did I do there? I URL encoded something wrong. Oh, this is all %3As. I did screw that up. I completely screwed up the hand encoding process there. My bad. All right, so we gotta re-update these. Maybe I should have just done a URL encoder. I feel like I screwed this up. Let me get a fresh one of these just to make sure I'm not really screwing something up. So we need the user authorization. I want to actually go back to the... No. I want to do the authorization grant flow. I think we've got it. We're going to do this. We're going to update it with our scopes. All right, first we need our client ID. This is okay. You guys can know it. Client ID. Our redirect. Now, this is where our scopes come in. So this is channel manage polls plus channel manage reads plus this. This is so much easier to read this form. Plus this, plus this. I don't think we need polls and stuff, but we could do events on polls. That would actually be cool. So the idea is eventually I'd like this. It's an open source project, so anybody can use it. I'd like to make it easy for people to use if they want to add AI powered events to their stream. All right, this is good. I think we're on a roll. I think this is going to work. So I'm gonna just take a copy of this because this is easy to use and mutate. Now we're going to make this acceptable to a browser. We're going to paste this in. I'm going to leak a key. We'll get a new key. We'll get a new key as soon as the stream's done. So you guys can't be listening to my subscription events. I would hate for you guys to know what my subscription events were. That would be a shame. All right, so here it is. Okay, we'll just post this out so you guys can see what it is. I like being educational. You guys can see how this, how Twitch responds. So Twitch responds, it's this thing, code equals. This is the thing that you need. This code. This is gonna work. I'm like 85% sure. 85% sure. Except that didn't copy and paste anything useful. Why the garbage? Sometimes. No. Nah, it didn't work. I said 85. I left. All right. All right. So that was my bad. That was my bad. Do you know what I did? What I did is I did what I thought was the right thing, which was to use the authorization code grant flow. This flow is meant for apps that use a server and can severe. You know what? We're just going to use the implicit grant flow for right now. Because I think it's easier. I think possibly this is what I've been doing, and I think this actually requires a little bit more work on our backend. So this is what we should be doing. I think this is what we're going to do for right now. Let's re-up this. This is what we're going to do. My bad. My bad. All we need to do is update these scopes to be the right scopes. A little text editing. This is where development really is at. Hand encoding URLs. Okay? This is where it's at. Oh, I didn't. That's my bad. I didn't update it with our client ID. Our client ID. There we go. There we go. Now we've got it. Now we've got it. This is going to work. I'm up to 90% sure. I'm up to 90% sure. I'm so sure this is going to work. I am so positive. I'll do it live on stream. I do a lot of stuff live on stream I'm not very positive about. Oh gosh. That didn't work. That didn't work. All right. Let's see if we can actually get this to paste this time. There we go. Well now. Well now. It's running. I feel accomplished, even though everything I did was not in code. And was kind of dumb. So, new objectives. We need to fix this so that it runs as a server. So we have it running as a server. And I realize my mistake. My mistake was we used this workflow. Wow, which tab is that on? I have too many tabs at this point. I used the app workflow and not the server workflow because when I was testing, this was the easy thing to do because there's no way to have like there's no easy way to have a callback. Now, obviously, we could use something like ngrok to start testing and making those features, but I don't have like a stable ngrok endpoint for testing. All right. Cool beans. Now the only thing left to do is update this in production. The only problem is the front end doesn't have a reconnect, I don't think. So it's not going to reconnect to the back end. We need to fix that. There's so much we need to fix on this stupid app. Beautiful. So Togglebit, what is your favorite programming language? What's your favorite thing? I'm gonna cone of silence you guys. I'm gonna generate a new token. I'm gonna put it in production. We'll just have a little conversation while that's happening. And then we can talk about what we want to do next. That's a hard one. What's your favorite type of programming language? Do you like Rust? Do you like Go? Do you like TypeScript? Do you like Python? You just tell me. I promise not to make fun of it today. Okay, so I appreciate, Russell, that you put famous Rust streamer. I don't know that there's anything famous about anything that I do, but I do stream Rust and Go. Oh, Togglebit is a famous Rust streamer? There you go. I'm sorry. I'm going to go check out your stream, Togglebit. Holy crap, I didn't know that I had somebody famous here. Awesome. I'm clustered famous for all the wrong reasons, though. Like, there's good reasons to be clustered famous, and there's bad reasons to be clustered famous. And Russell, I think you and I are both on the bad reasons to be. Well, Togglebit, I apologize. I am going to have to follow your stream and check it out. That's awesome. If you do Rust, I will also host you. Although, generally, I don't host people that have more than like 10 subscribers because then I feel... or 10 like viewers because I have like at max 10 viewers and that feels weird to me. But since you and I know each other now, I'm going to host you because you know there's nothing... I don't know. Now maybe it's even more weird. Still gonna host you just because of how weird it will be. That's really cool. You're famous in my book. If Russell says you're famous, then you're probably pretty famous. Yeah, I am not sure that my clustered famous... I'm pretty sure I brought cluster to its end. Russell, I think you and I were the demise of clustered. So what do you do in Rust? Yes, clustered infamous. You're also clustered infamous, just so you know. So, Togglebit, I'd like to talk over what I did here in Rust because I think it's pretty cool, but I also think that it's pretty scary. Oh, awesome, Togglebit. That's really cool. That's really awesome. It's really awesome to see people doing educational stuff. I try my hand a bit at educational stuff. I'm not as good as some people out there, but hey, Toggle, I have asked for it, so go for it. It's not like you're self-promoting in front of a large audience. So you go for it. I did ask. I'm genuinely. You didn't come here. If you came in and just started spewing, that would be one thing. But I'm literally interested, and honestly, I do the things that I do to help people. And so if there's somebody that can help those people and it's out there, it would behoove me to share that. So absolutely go for it. If you're doing something interesting, go for it. I would love to hear. I'm not doing anything interesting right now. Actually, I can probably do this live. Pod. We're gonna see if this. I just deleted pod. I'm just gonna see if this fixes our production, and then I want to talk to you, Togglebit, about what I did with this architecture of this app. Togglebit, do you want Russell on your stream? He's probably on your stream, so uh we're up and running. Look at that chat. We're up and running. Production's up and running. Now, I don't know that this means that they'll show follows and subscriptions will show up on stream because I don't think the front end has a reconnect mechanism to the back end WebSocket. So we'll have to finish today without them, but we understand the problem. And you know what? One of these next streams, we're gonna have to fix. The reconnect or the reauthorization and actually do a thing. That might be an embellishment. How much do you stream each day, Togglebit? Oh, go put on the pasta. Do it. Then we'll get into this Rust thing. I'm actually thinking maybe I really need to work on Eddington, but if I have a Rust Pro on stream, I think I'm gonna do a little Rust because I very rarely get a Rust Pro. Well, I guess Russell's pretty much a Rust Pro too. But yeah, that's cool. All right. So what we need to do is we actually need two things. The front end needs to reconnect to the front end API. I don't think that it does that right now. Let's go check. We'll check. All right, so we have this, no reconnect. When this fails, it's just done. I don't think that this gets called more than once. I don't really remember how this works. Yeah, this is just on the onCreate. So I just feel like, honestly, all we have to do with this is like a... Huh. How do we want... Oh, we can just wrap this down here. I think that would be ugly. But I think that's what we're going to do. We're just going to do something like, no, this is a little bit... I was going to do like a while loop out here, but we have to do it in a spawn, right? Because otherwise it's just going to consume the front end. I hate front end development. All right, I'm going to tell everyone here a secret. I do some front end development on here. I don't do a whole lot of front end development. I don't do a whole lot, and I'm pretty suck at it. But yeah, this is on... So this spawn local is a future. Well, basically allows us to make a thread here to listen to this. But what I think we need to do is actually move the spawn out, like out here, for basically everything here, because we want all of this to be on the background thread. I don't even know why we did it this way, where we only made a background thread if we got I think we just want the background thread on the thing. So let's try to edit this really quickly. This should be easy. One second before I start cutting. All right, so we're matching on this WebSocket. Yeah, we can do this without the spawn logo. We can just cut this out. We're gonna cut it out. Boom. Await's gonna fail inside of there because we're not in a spawn local anymore. We're gonna put the spawn local out here, and we'll just put that there. Then we'll indent all of this to be inside the spawn local. We'll fix this. Suck that up. We missed something. We missed something. I think this is indented too far. Oh, we need our closing doohickey. There we go. Okay. All right, so now everything in this is in the background thread. I think this is a background thread. Let's see, spawns a task on current thread. I guess there is no background threads. It's just a single thread, but it's basically a shared execution. So basically it's green threading a single thread, which is fine. Which I think is fine. Maybe there's a better way of doing this. I don't know. I'm a back-end developer. I don't do this type of front-end stuff. So now here, basically on error, let's see. On error, we're just going to do a couple things. We're going to definitely print. We like our prints. We should get tracing in the front end. Or logging, not tracing. Let's see. We just want to sleep. Can we use sleep? I don't even know what to search to know if I can do that. Can I just do like a normal thread sleep? I should be able to, because this should be, a green thread. So I think that should be fine without stalling the whole application. Let's just try it. We'll see. We'll see. So we can do, let's see. It's thread. I think it's just sleep. Yeah. Okay. And it takes a duration. Let's see. Time. I wish there was like a sleep milliseconds, because this is, it always kills me. Duration. From, is there not a from milliseconds? I thought there was a from existing sec. I thought there was a from milli in time. Is there not a from? I thought that there was. Rust time duration from milliseconds. Duration from milliseconds. You know what? I'm just... We're gonna, I don't know, sleep for 5 seconds. Is time not part of the standard life? Oh, it's STD time. Ah, that's. I was like, I don't know why. There we go. I wasn't importing it because I was being lazy, but you know. All right. Does that work? And then let's see. One other thing that we need here is we need to just put this in a while loop. We really should pass back something to stop this. A channel. We should do a channel to stop that, right? Do we want to import Crossbeam? I've never used a Crossbeam channel. I've always just used Tokyo's channels. I've probably just used Tokyo's channel. I've heard that Crossbeam is a lot better for their channel library, but I've never used it. So you know, instead of doing this, we're just going to make a channel and pass it into this function. We'll do it right. We'll do it right. Okay, and this is how we're emitting data back, but we just need to emit data here to call cancel. Yeah. We'll still do the while loop. No need to use Crossbeam? Okay, cool. So, like I said, I want to do, while I have a famous Rust streamer, I want to write some Rust because I can probably learn something from you. Okay, one second. I'm confused as to where these. All right, so this is my while loop. Yep. This is a horrible function. We're going to pass a channel down here. Now, you said use the standard library, so you don't mean Tokyo. I was using, I guess, oh, I can't. This is in WebAssembly. So this is the front end, and it's in WebAssembly. And I know that Tokyo doesn't work in WebAssembly. I know that. I tried. I hit my head against that wall multiple times. So, okay, cool. Let's actually make a channel then. So this is our listen to webhook. We want to make a channel here. Wait, is it in sync? Where's the standard libraries? Rust channel. I thought it was in sync. Oh, it's the, yeah, okay, the MPSC. I thought it was sync MPSC, STD sync MPSC. That, what? Oh, I was typing P. I was typing P. Uh, okay, my bad, my bad. All right. We'll just do this. All right. And then we'll add this here. We'll jump over to here. Actually, we need the receiver. I don't know. I don't know why I was flipping these around. We want to, because we want to basically just receive, and we'll store the sender. And I don't know why I was I don't know what I was doing, because we want to send the receiver receiver, and we want to give this over here to receive stuff, and then we'll send stuff here when we want to cancel it. Oh, go have fun. And then you need to come back and tell us what you're working on. I'm going to take a quick break in a second to make another cup of coffee anyhow. I wasn't prepared to write Rust in front of an audience of people who know how to write Rust really well. I need an extra cup of coffee for that. All right, so let's see. We have our receiver. We're going to pass our receiver here. What are we going to call it? Our cancelable? I just want to... No. Context is stupid too. Yeah, enjoy your dinner. If it's dinner... Ah, you must be in... Okay. You're in, like, Russell's time zone. Cool. Let's see. This is... wrong. Yeah, this side of the pond. I almost said, like, the time zone, and I was like, I'm not going to talk about who's in what time zone. I actually don't know exact time zones. I know large geographical areas, but yeah, that side of the pond. All right, I need a name for this. I don't know why. I'm just gonna call it Rec because I couldn't come up with a better name. Oh, I haven't imported anything. You know what? Let's just import the stuff. I was gonna just do it with their type names, but we're gonna just import it. Cool. Hey, Russell, I have a genuine question for you. Have you ever tried to get hardware accelerated encoding to work on your Arch platform? So I recorded a thing twice now. Once there was a failure completely unrelated, but this last time, my software powered encoding failed silently during the middle of my recording. So, like, basically the whole thing was completely lost because my screen wasn't being captured, which sucks. So I was trying to the last couple of days I tried to switch over to use the hardware encoding because I have an NVIDIA card, but I couldn't get it to work. Um, yeah, I just couldn't get it to work. I have one last thing to try, which is installing Snap, using Snap to install OBS, because Snap has an OBS version that has the NVIDIA drivers preloaded into it or something. And that has worked on my Ubuntu install. I didn't really want to install Snap, though. It seemed gross. Seemed very gross to me. That got you. That got you. You know what, Landmo? I like the idea of Snap and Flatpak. I like the concept of both of those. It's almost like when reading Visual Fox Pro, when I was like a data-centric procedural programming language with object-oriented programming features. I was thinking message passing. I was kind of getting excited. And then you go here and you're like, oh, hard pass. Hard pass. Hard pass. I feel like that is my experience with both Flatpak and Snap. Snap specifically kind of has an issue. You don't like Snap because of canonical. Can you elaborate? I would like to understand that better. All right, we have our receiver, so we can just do a... Now, we can't do a while let on the receiver, because basically we're just checking the receiver to see if we need to cancel. Okay, that's fair. That's a fair thing. I wish that they would open source the backend server so that other people could host their own. 100%. The other issues of Snap, I think, have been resolved. Yeah. So I think that's a fair critique of Snap versus... Now, that being said, I find Snap to be much more polished than Flatpak, as far as a system that kind of just works. But I do like Flatpak. I just, yeah, I don't use either very much. All right, so I was doing this, but I think this is actually a bad way of doing this, because basically I need to just interrupt this. So we have this await on this message, but if we're awaiting on a message, it doesn't matter whether we got a something to shut down. And the fact of the matter is, this is actually just a connection, so I don't even really care. I think this is over-engineering this. I don't really care. You really hate that Canonical is forcing Snap on into newer versions of... newer Ubuntu versions. What do you mean? Do you mean that it's pre-installed? You don't have to use it. They still support apt. Unless if I'm misunderstanding. I know that they talked to their downstream distributions, and a lot of the downstream distributions are pre-installing Snap. And I know that there was some community pushback on that. You think there's a big... Oh, okay. I mean, I'm not running on Ubuntu anymore, so I'm not as involved anymore. Oh, there's a bunch of app packages that redirect to Snap. Oh, that's gross. Landmine. If that's true, that's kind of gross. And by kind of gross, I mean really gross. I would be furious if I would be furious. Um if I called apt and got a that would be infuriating. Why while true instead of I mean while true is a loop, isn't it? What do you mean instead of loop? It's a loop. Oh, one second, one second. This is supposed to be in that loop though. I mean, I probably did something wrong. Oh, instead of the loop keyword? You're probably right. That's probably better. I write a bunch of different languages, so I don't always think. Thanks for calling that out. In Rust, loop is a keyword which allows you to break with a value. Yeah, I was gonna say you can still do that because with while you can set while to a value, and you can break effectively with changing the value of the while. So you can say while on some bool condition that you change. Now, what I was doing, which was sending a callback to break out of the loop, what I realized is this is never going to break out of the loop anyways, because effectively we're going to be stuck in this. Basically, while reading this. So we would have to interrupt this, but I don't know how to do that on the front end because this isn't actually multi-threaded, so we can't actually await on two things here. You're saying that I can't do this. Let mute, so you're saying that I can't do this because I think I disagree, but maybe I'm wrong. Let mute x equal true, while x, let's do something. And then if we wanted to, we could do, x equals a false, and then return, and it would stop working, right? No. I didn't question. You were right when I called out that loop. I do think that you can break out of a while loop, though. I feel like that's fairly. Oh, okay. Sorry, I just thought you were saying you couldn't actually break out of a while loop, which was confusing me. Sorry, I misunderstood. How are you doing, Dutch? Oh, I see what you're saying. With a value. I got it. I was misunderstanding. Thank you. I got it. Build your own X Vercel app? What? Dutch, what are you doing? What are you bringing on here? We're doing Rust. How's you? Well, you know what? I'm not very particularly good at front end development, and there's a couple things that I've struggled with. Like, for example, there's only a single thread. So even this spawn local here is actually just it's green threading it. It's taking that single thread and putting tasks on it. So there's a couple things where I'm not sure that I'm handling it the right way. I'm not sure that this is the right way. So basically, we have this front end web application that does our Twitch events, because our Twitch events have to be in a web URL. And that web URL connects with a WebSocket to our backend API that actually promotes the events. That being said, I'm not entirely sure that I know what I'm doing at all with WebAssembly front end in Rust. All three of those are things I struggle with. Oh, this is really cool. Build your own X. Yes, I do have the NVIDIA drivers installed. This is pretty cool. I had not seen this. I like this. We'll have to look at it some more. Yeah, I do have the NVIDIA drivers. I don't know how to search for more of them. I have Invec is a separate package. Yes, it's like NVIDIA Utils or something. I believe it was NVIDIA Utils. Arch NVIDIA Utils has Invec in it. I believe this is. It doesn't say it in here, but I believe hardware encoding Arch Linux. I was going through this hardware video acceleration. I went to, let's see, installation. There is NVIDIA. Let's see. Yeah. So open source drivers, blah, blah. NVIDIA proprietary drivers support NVIDIA Utils. So I have NVIDIA Utils and NVIDIA installed. So anyways, on you, I don't know you very well, so I couldn't tell you. I'm not very good at it. I obviously wait. I have an error. I thought I cleaned all the errors up. Uh-oh. Oh, how did that get... Ugh. All right. That's horrifying. Did I touch this? I'm not sure that I did. Okay, I had to screw some more stuff up. 1 second. Oh man, I don't want to undo all my work down here. When did I accidentally delete something up there? New event message. I'm just gonna go find that in the source code. Yeah. Well, let's go on another stream. We're doing some Rust right now. But yeah, I couldn't. I installed all the things, but never worked, and I didn't want to waste my time recording another video to have the software encoder to fail on me again. I'm not sure why it failed on me, but it kind of freaked me out because it wasted a bunch of my time. So let's see. I don't know when this got deleted. We were never doing anything with this. It's terrifying. I feel like paste got put in there. Like there was like copy and paste. So we went from pull API to event finish. Let's just replace all of this. Something wonky happened there, and it's terrifying. Okay. Let's delete this, and then we're all back. We should be good. Yeah, we're good. I just went and got the code. Like, we weren't changing anything. Nothing was supposed to have been changed. We weren't touching that code. I think what sometimes happens is I scroll wheel, and I must click a little too hard, and it pastes over some stuff. I guess is what happened. All right, so like this is an example of I don't like this, but I think it's fine. And maybe this is how you do the front end for you that know Rust better. So I don't have an explicit way to shut down this WebSocket, but it's running in WebAssembly. And maybe if I'm closing the web browser anyways, there's no reason to explicitly shut this down because it's not an actual another thread and just shared work. I can't really, this right here is going to await, but it doesn't actually give execution back. So like it just pauses here. So I could await on something else, but then it's just going to pause on it anyways. So unless if it gets a new message, it's never actually going to get that interrupt to actually shut down anyways. So unless if you have a bunch of events streaming through, you never actually get the shutdown event. Now, the only other way would be to send the interrupt through the WebSocket, but that would mean the server would have to be telling the front end to shut down, which I don't have a need for right now. I feel like there should be a better way, but maybe this is the way of the front end. I don't really know. I'm not a front end developer. I just dabble in the front ends. Yeah, this is also hard coded, which is fantastic. We need to work on this. Okay. Let's see if this works. I mean, this should work. I mean, that's the idea is before now, it only ran until it ran into its first. And basically here we want to try reconnecting. So we never have any we haven't had any reconnect logic. And this is basically saying if something happened to the WebSocket, we want to sleep for a little, we want to try reconnecting after we sleep for a little bit. STD sync. Wait, where is sleep? I forget. Thread. There we go. It's not in sync. Sorry. And then now I need the duration, time, duration from milliseconds, 5,000. Okay. So we just want to sleep on this thread. You think it's generally fine to just not explicitly set it down? I guess that's probably, yeah. I guess for me in the back end, I always like having, your in Go, we send the context so you can explicitly shut down something that's running in the back end. But yeah, this is a run forever. Without this, the front end has nothing to show for it. So cool. Oh, so is ToggleBit. Are you still on? I wrote this in a particularly interesting way, which I think is going to terrify you. I think this is going to terrify you. But you'll notice all these folders. Okay, so this is our Twitch event listening system. I am super excited about this, but I also am a little terrified about it. Everything in my mind when I see this service, there's actually I'd like to run it for other people if they just want to use it without actually knowing how to set it up or anything like that. And in my mind, that's an event system that uses events to pass messages between different services that do this. I do a lot of backend work at high scale, and I realize that that's over engineering it. But I also wanted to make it easy for you to run locally, like dead, stupid, simple, easy. And so that's what I've done. I've made it easy to run locally, but I've also made it where I can run it at high scale doing an event-based system with like supposedly high reliability. But it's kind of terrifying, and I'm not sure if I love it or absolutely hate it. So you'll notice over here, let me see if I can't make that a little bit bigger. You'll notice over here, we have this word monolith, and basically, each one of these things is a service. So we have an AI management service. Oh, we have a new follower. Now, our UI didn't have anything to reconnect to because that's the logic we're working on right now is that reconnect logic, but our server caught it. So thank you so much for the follow 7 minutes ago. Check this out. K-logs. Twitch alerts. We'll have to scroll a little bit since it's been 7 minutes. But look, this is what you would have gotten as a Twitch event if we had reconnect logic in the front end, which we're going to have after this stream. In the realm of wind-swept deserts, Devscom, that's what I'm calling you. A nomadic warrior sought a master of great valor. Man, this AI loves me. This AI, we need to work on this. It needs to love me a little bit less because it gets a little awkward sometimes. As trials ensued, your paths crossed under a shimmering moon. A fierce duel with a basilic ensued, leaving you weary, impressed by your strength, declared loyalty. It declares loyalty and... It said it's supposed to make a message to welcome my new follower. It's a little out there. I apologize. And bound your words with ancient wisdom, granting you steadfast mentorship in the battles ahead together. Legends were carved in the annals of destiny. It's pretty fantastic. So this is supposed to pop up, give you a custom thank you for following message. Anyways, let's get back to the code and not the horrifying AI generated message. So the idea was this should be as simple as running a single command on your local machine to as complicated as you want. And that's what I've achieved, but I don't know that it's good. So in this monolith, we basically pull in every single service. And that's all we do. And we basically build, I got to make it a little bit smaller so that we can see our, holy crap, what did I do? I pressed the wrong buttons. Let's go back here. So in this, we basically pull together all of the microservices and run them as a single service, a single binary, which is why it's called monolith. I didn't come up with a better, it should probably be like the actual name of the app, but basically we tie them all together with message passing. And so basically we message pass between each of these different objects, you could say. But the cool thing is that could be switched out with a, Kafka, or I'm going to be using nats.io to run it. So we have our AI management service, and in the single binary way, we pass a message over that thread barrier. In the other way, the AI manager service runs on its own and does all of its own stuff and manages the AI stuff. So is this terrifying or cool or both? So yeah, we have we have the service that listens to Twitch, and all it does is publishes events. We have the thing that does AI stuff and keeps a database. We have a front end API that exposes access to things to the front end with a WebSocket and whatnot. And we can run it all by doing this. You do like I like hack directories, honestly. You know what? There's not enough in this one right now. That's where I just put some of the stuff to get a token, just for reference sake. There's also a thing in there to run the debugging version locally, so that we can actually not test in production, where we actually tend to test quite a bit. So basically, now we can do something like this. We can run this just as the monolith, and it all runs together right here. Like, this is just going to run right here. So it makes it so that there can be a single binary, and there can also be services if you want. It can be a service architecture if you like. That was the idea, and it works, but it makes it kind of complicated. I can show you some of the complexity that happens, because like, so each one of these things is a library that has to basically own all of its own stuff, and you can only interact with the AI manager via this unbounded sender, which I actually think is a really cool thing, because it forces you to have clean barriers around your different threads. But you know, it takes thinking about. So, you know, when the monolith ties everything together here, and it should be called Twitch alerts or something like that, because that should be the name of the binary, the single binary. But yeah, so I don't know. It's so yeah, you'll see here when we go to the main thing that ties them all together, it basically has to like start threads for each one of those things and spawns them all with the wiring to wire them all together. So this is like a really complicated app startup, because you have the AI manager with a receiver. You have the front end API with a receiver. When you create this AI manager, it needed a producer that went, or a sender that went to the front end API. So you can like, it's a little complicated to set up and tie it all together, which I don't like. But that was kind of the end result. But it means you can run it as a single binary, as well as microservices, a service architecture. I'm actually done with the word microservice. I don't think I'm going to use it anymore. I'm trying to just void it from my vocabulary. All right. Let's test this front end. We are running. Let's actually run locally, and let's see if we can connect. I think we have a problem. We have one more update to make to this front-end API. We busted this front-end API out, and it has one other issue. It looks only for the backend at a very specific spot. Right, I don't know that I can get... Togglebit, I 100% agree with you that I don't know that I can get away from the complexity. And I kind of like the complexity to be on my side, because this means that somebody else can use it by just running a single binary with a single, you know, with your token. You give it your token for Twitch, and it will just run it for you. I like that simplicity, but then also being able to run it as a service. I like the ability to use something like NatsDI or Kafka to do the message passing, because that feels like you know, it's events, and I like the event stream, and I like being able to add processors into the middle of those event streams to do like, hey, we have a new follower, let's do an AI thing to it. We have a new subscriber, let's actually add an image to that. We have an image generator or whatnot. I love those concepts, but at the same time, if I made it only that way, where they were just their own binaries, then you wouldn't be able to run it as a single thing. So we kind of have the best of both worlds, but it makes the project really complicated, even for the simple stuff that we're doing. All right, we need to parameterize this. I don't know how to do startup like config files in U. We're gonna have to look this up. I have no idea, so it's just like hard coded. I'm sure that there's a way. All right, let's those were all tests. We can get rid of those. I think we got rid of all of our unbounded senders, I believe, so we can just get rid of all this. We can actually have Rust clean this up for us, so we'll go ahead and jump into the Wasm project. All right, cool. Yeah, that's been my issue is like it looks like an overly complicated thing, but it also makes it really nice. People can just, since it's open source, they can just go grab it and run it themselves. All right, so we need to Rust U add parameters, start parameters. I need environment variables. View. All right, let's see. When you are ready to deploy your U application server, you have various options for deployment. Build a app in release mode, server configuration. This is what I need. Serving index as a fallback. I just need to know how to pass them. All right. It is common to customize the build environment using environment variables. Since the app is run in a browser, we cannot read the environment variables at runtime. Blah. Okay, but we can do it at compile time. Perfect. That's all we need. So we should be able, and then we'll give this a .env, new file, .env with our local debugging stuff here. And we're going to get our oh, I told you Nightbot is a little bit aggressive. Example doc. Oh, I'm sorry. Nightbot is very. Do be careful. So one second. Nightbot, you can just request example.com/config.json once at startup. No, that way it's not hard coded. So, but that hard code, that would be hard coded, wouldn't it? Your example.com or whatever the domain would be hard coded then, right? And so there would be no way in development and in production to point to two different places, correct? I've never used this. Let's see. So just pass it the path. Wait. Pass it the path. Oh, this is getting the path. Sorry, I got it. Okay, so at compile time. Oh, you can just refer to the current document domain? I've never done that in U. we can do that. So you're just saying read it from the file system. Yeah, let's try that. Rust, you read config from file system. Okay, I see what you're saying. You're is that the right way to do this and not just read it from an environment variable? I feel like an environment variable is so easy. Let's try this really quickly. Oops. It's effectively hard coding, but it's also easy to change without changing the code. So this is hard coding where you actually have to change the code. Whereas I guess it's still compile time. You're compiling it, so it is changing what's ended up being compiled. I guess we can just read a config file. We'll just read a config file. No, you're right. We should just read a config file, which is kind of what I wanted to do. Yeah. I felt like there should be an easy U config file thing. Let's see. Search. I feel like requesting a document from our document domain seems like overkill when there should be like a easy. The ideal thing is to just use whatever address or domain the user has it on. Yes, I guess you're right. I guess you're right. All right, let's do that. So we have to have it served from you. So let's go ahead. We'll have to add it to our. I got to remember how to do this. We have basically our distribution here with our copied files in, so we're going to need to copy that. Let's read this up. Let's read it up. When you're ready to deploy, you have various options for deployment. Builds in a release mode, set up your HTTP server so it serves index HTML whenever your site is visited, and requests a static path like this and this are served with their contents from the respective contents from your destination directory generated by trunk. So how do we do this with uRouter? I don't think we've been using uRouter before, because we really just have this one single application, which is pretty simple. Oh no! Oh no! All right, 1 second. 1 second. I gotta fix this. Landmo. I will fix this. Nightbot. I have no control over that. I have no control over that. The only thing I can do is to fix this, is to give you 1 second. Let me. How do I I can undo this. I can undo the timeout. 1 second. I'm undoing it. How do I untime out? Untime out. All right, 1 second. I got you untimed out, and now I'll fix it so you can post whatever you were going to post. All right, you're untimed out, and you should be able to post links. You should be able to. Don't quote me on that, but you should be able to. Sorry about that. I haven't found a way to make it so that Twitch wasn't even a link. Oh my gosh. It annoys me because Nightbot will then delete your messages, and I think that's a travesty. Like all of your messages. I'm sorry. I have it on because I don't want people just randomly coming in and spamming stuff that they shouldn't. But there's no way for me to tell Nightbot to not just go and delete everything you've said. Like, there's no way for me. Not that I found. I haven't found it. I'm sorry. Yours should be fine, though, now. I put you on the special list. All right. You router. Do we need to route, or will this just serve our file for us anyways? Well, we should be able to test that out, right? Let's just add a file to our dist and try to serve it, or try to access it. Nightbot is super overzealous, and it frustrates me because I don't want to have to rewrite it, but yeah. This is the right thing. Let's do this. Returns current location. What does it return? Okay, 1 second. I was just going to put in some bars here, but we'll just do that. That's some amazing JSON. Amazing JSON. All right, let's why is our source now complaining? Oh, we're not going to do this anymore. We're not going to do that anymore. We're going to do it the right way. But I don't know how to get a browser history. So let's just do this then. So this is a function. So can we just call this function? Oh, wait, it's on self. What is self? It's probably a browser history. That's why you said you don't know how to get a browser history. I got it. I'm all the way caught up now. Do we have Wasm Bindgen in there? We are using Wasm. So, you know, if you're talking about this right here, yes. There's a new browser history. We can just get browser history. This seems really... It does seem a little overly complicated for what I wanted. I just want some way to basically state where the server is supposed to be located. And this is why I don't like front end. This is why I don't like front end. So much more complicated. Now, my question is, if I serve this, as it is, can I go and get that, oh, did it stomp on my JSON? I need to move that JSON out there dynamically, I think. I think that's part of this, is it can't sit there. I need to... There is something that moves it out there, and I don't remember what that is. Some part of the machine. Maybe it's in here. Yeah, okay. So this is where we copy this stuff out, right? So we use the copy dir to get the image out there. So I guess we need to copy file. I have no idea what I'm doing, chat. You guys, I'm just gonna try. Is it just copy dir? So do I need to put this in a directory? Is there no copy? This feels gross. Now if we have a config.json, will that on serve work? No. Nope. That won't work. So you're saying here's the Weissenbindgen, a Rust library and CLI that facilitate high-level instruction between Rust models and JavaScript. But I don't have uRouter. I'm fairly positive of that, right? I'm pretty sure I don't. We can maybe do viewRouter. Because the whole thing was, it just served HTML. Let's see. How would I check if I have viewRouter? So this is my app. This is the U app. This is the create for component. I think this is where I would set up uRouter, right? Let's see, uRouter. Oh, so I'd have to add a dependency. Yeah. So I'm definitely not using it. All right, so we can do this, I guess. Now, how do you define what the route actually does? So we have home at slash. What? How do you? Okay, and then this is the HTML for home. Hmm. Oh gosh, that's unfortunate. I'd like it to work with this. I do just like a really simple view thing or U thing. I mean it could be this hard just because I've never done it before. So there could be a super simple awesome way of doing this. I don't know. Let's see the BindGen book here. Let's see example of using BindGen. Let's see if it's with small WASM files. That's not really what we're just document location in JS. Why does it need an entire dependency for it? So you want to just do it through the WASM BindGen. Okay. I've never done that. So we can try that though. All right, you know what though? You know what I'm going to do? Before we get into this, I'm going to make a commit. I was going to add this, but you know what? It's working. It has refreshed. This is a net positive for us. So we're going to commit that. Actually, what we're going to do is deployment. We're going to do everything in the front end. All of those are what was part of this. Okay, except for, let's see, we did add, I think we'll stick with the JSON. We'll get rid of the environment. All right. Let's see. Get cool. Cool. Ho. Ho, sweet goodness. Sweet goodness. We should check those out. We should check those out. What the garbage? Upgrade in the check to fix one done. Upgrade and check to version. Okay. It appears that they did. I'm not sure if I like this or dislike this. It's almost like a pre-commit hook, but it's a post-commit hook. It's a post-push hook. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know how I feel about it. I have to think about it. Yeah, but is it such a problem to let you know that it found? Yeah, this is definitely a transient dependency. I don't know what inth check does. I didn't include it in anything, but I could find out what. Oh, this isn't even used. That's even better. So I did a React front end as well as the Wasm, but I don't even use the React front end. So this is even better. It's just not used right now. It's in this. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Well, perfect. Perfect. So that's our only high one. I don't care about vulnerable. Word wrap vulnerable to regular expression denial of service. My whole thing is vulnerable to denial of service just by hitting it with regular traffic. It's running on a little Raspberry Pi. You can denial of service it with just proper use. Okay, I'm not worried about moderate. They're all in React. Oh, these are all in the React front end. Maybe I'll just delete that. Maybe I'll just delete the React front end altogether. I'm going to do that. We're not using it because it was worse than the Wasm. Wait. Oh. Why is that not working? What did I just screw up? Oh, it did add it. It already. Okay. I'm sorry. I thought it said it hadn't added these things. But it did actually add them. Wait, idea for the window location? Oh, okay. Okay, you got it. Sure. Give me a second. I'm removing the React front end. Deleted React front end because it was broken. All right. This is fantastic because it's also telling me from an old scan of Dependabot, not the newest stuff. Whatever. All right. Let's see. Front end. Wasm. I think we can just run tree straight. Maybe we'll grep for glue. There we go. All right, so what's your idea with glue? What's your idea with glue? All right. All right. I want to thank you, Landmo. Thanks for sticking around and chatting and doing this stuff. I appreciate it. I am not good at front end. I'm not good at front end, and I'm not good at front end Rust. And I'm definitely not good at Wasm. So I'm learning. So I apologize if it's a little sucky for a little bit. All right, so this should, in theory, work. All right, and this is going to get the location field of this object. This API. Oops. This API requires the following crate features to be activated. Location window. I don't know if either of those are, and I don't even know what it's going to return. So let's just print this out. For my understanding, and to see if it actually works. Doesn't implement display. Of course not. There you go. So, yeah. I can't accept something being harder than it should be. Oh, I did not know that. I have never used that before. Cool. Let me see. Well, let me just use it instead. All right, let's trunk serve this. Oh, so it really doesn't like this copy that I tried to do. I need to remove that. Really doesn't like it. Which was this right here. I tried. Let me try copy file. I don't know how to get it over there. Do I have to put it in a directory? That would be dumb, right? Ha! Maybe I beat it. Let's see. Did it go in the disk though? Yeah, it did. I beat it. It's copy file. Okay. So, but did we get a debugging output? We didn't get anything that, let's see. So. Oh, we gotta look in. I'm sorry. I gotta actually start the front end. Sorry. My bad. Sometimes I forget the simple things in life. Like actually going there. Oh, so you can do things. Oh, okay. Nice. Inspect this. Let's see. Let's refresh while we're on the console here. That is not very nice. I was worried about this. Okay. That's easy fix. I think. Well, I don't know. Front end is stupid, but you can't sleep here. It's very upset about that because we're on a fake thread. It's a green thread, not a full thread. So this means it's just going to reconnect immediately, which I don't think is exactly what we want, but WebSocket closed, so it never connected. So it should try reconnecting immediately, right? Because we're in this loop. Yeah. Okay. Now the other thing was I don't see our log of debug. Princeton returns the value of an expression for quick and dirty debugging. So I think in U, I had to use this. I had to use log. U has a macro for this. I forgot because it has to write to. Anyways, I forgot this too. It doesn't even do like you can't do the print line. You got to log this. So I'm just going to try logging. Can I do this? This is probably not good. Yeah, okay. I can't do this. Whatever. I got it. I got it. Now I know for normal Rust. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. I've never used that. Thanks for sharing. Okay, so that should automatically reload it. Okay, location object. Perfect. That's exactly what I needed. That was so useful. Let's see. I didn't even check what lock was, but lock is a location. It's not returning the. We need to. Host name. Yeah, we'll just go with host name. Okay. Okay. So we can get our stuff from it. Cool. Host name came out. Lock dot. We should get port. Yeah. We shouldn't need port in the final one because it's always going to be on the web port, but this is fine. Okay, cool. That was a little bit more complicated than I guess. I guess this isn't too bad, to be honest, now that we know how to do it. But it felt a little bit more painful. I'm also worried about this logic down here. I feel like this should be running over and over and over and over and over again because this spawning background task for webhook, because literally it should never work. Oh, it is connecting because it's connecting to our backend that's in production because right now it's just hard coded to it. Never mind. It is working. That's why it's not doing it a whole bunch. It's parsing the front end. Got it. Cool. Okay. Well, let's actually shut that down. Actually, we'll just leave it up. Just in case somebody follows, we'll have it on screen how it's supposed to look instead of this screen up here. Well, I guess to me, my monitor is up there, but whatever. You get the point. All right, let's get back to this. Now that we have the location, we can actually parse this. I guess what we'll do is listen to WebSocket, and we'll just do something like host. So we'll just do a string here. Wait. I'm getting so confused. I've been writing a lot of Go recently, and my Go uses lowercase string. Rust uses uppercase string. I will... And then we'll just do a... Let host... Well, I don't know why I was doing that. Host location equals format. Wait. What does loc.host? What's the host? Host. Let me. I want to see what that. And it might be what I'm actually looking for instead of putting both of these together like this. Although this doesn't seem to like this. Oh, okay. So this is a JS value. Okay, so we're going to have to do a little bit of this. They're not strings. I thought that they were strings, but they're not. And then we can just pass in done. And this should be passed in here. And then we're going to thrash our computer as it tries to reconnect indiscriminately. Ooh, we need to add the no, we don't need to add the WebSocket. We need to add the WebSocket in here. So basically we need to do their result, not a I'll go back and look at them really quickly. You're probably 100% right. Let the connection value or connection string equal. In that case, what I'm doing is 100% wrong. 100% wrong. Good catch. Good catch. Let's see. We need to format this, and we're going to do this host done, and then this is going to be oh man, screwed that up. WS, and that should be the connection string. Nice. This isn't right though. This isn't right. No, maybe it's right. Maybe one second. Let me continue with this. Okay, so then we can put this here as the URL. Nice. All right. Let's look back up here. So you were saying that this is returning. It is returning a result. Okay. Okay. Yeah. We just need to go get the not here. Before here. We just need to get the OK variant. Actually, I want to run this because I want to see what host is really quickly. It should print out host before it dies. Okay, so host is the whole thing. So I don't have to do this double thing here, which is stupid. I can just use host because I was getting host name and port, but host should be the full thing, which is what I want. Yeah. Oh, actually, I'm going to have to hard code the port for the WebSocket, which is fine. I'll hard code the port because that's what we're listening to. The port for the WebSocket will be hard coded though. Okay, that's fine. For right now, we're hard coding it. That could be something we compile into it or read off of a document in the file system. But that's not a right now problem. Okay, so we need to can I just do Oh, wait. This is, let's see, some location. What am I wanting to do actually here? I was going to just do an early return, but we don't really want to do an early return from our WebAssembly. That would be kind of wrong. What do we want to do? Let's do, it's actually loc.host anyways. That's what we want. But this is not what we want to do. We want to do... We'll just wrap the call to listen to webhook for right now. It shouldn't ever fail. But we don't actually want the host. We want the host name because we don't want the port because the WebSocket port is different. So we want host name. Man, I'm going full circle on this. Okay, host name. Oh, wait, no. Give me my iflet. There we go. Some... Oh, okay, it's a result. My bad. Okay, we'll listen to the WebSocket, and we'll pass this in. So that does get us halfway there. Halfway. Because now this should fail because it should connection error. There should be no backend there. Because it's looking on localhost. Perfect. That's what it should be doing. Now we do have to fix this because now we don't have the port. We were doing port 9000, so this is what we'll do is this right here. We're just gonna hard code 9000 on there for right now. That's the port we're using. I don't care to fix that. It should still be failing here because we're still not running it locally. Are we running it locally right now? No, we're not running it locally right now. Okay. So now, yeah, we can see that it's running on localhost 9000. Port's hard-coded. Port's fine. Awesome. And this will keep trying to reconnect, which is what we wanted to do. We've solved it. We should make the port configurable. I think the easiest way will be to read that config file off the file system, but I think that's a later day. Not today. Maybe today. We'll see. Probably not today. This front end is what's used as OBS as a source. So effectively, it doesn't display anything unless if there's a message. So so let's actually connect over here. I'm just starting to learn this session manner. So let's do this. We want to open up a new tab. So we're doing, what is it? Control T, and then hitting N. So we're on tab 2. We're going to CD down here. And then we're going to actually do our cargo bill or cargo run. We're going to run this. which failed. Oh, okay. Source chat. Run this. All right. So now that this is running, this should actually connect on its callback, because if I remember right, it by default we listen on 9,000. Yeah, 9,000. Beautiful. So now I guess we're connected. I don't think we print we connected successfully. Shame on me. Shame on me. Let's but yeah, so basically this won't display anything until it's told to be displaying something, and that way it's invisible in OBS. This is the front end that's visible in OBS. Yeah, 100%. You're right. So cool. Let's actually error parsing messages. Do I actually? I was sending a reconnect or like a Pong message just to keep the connection live. I need to change it and make it actually Pong so we actually respond to it. The reason you do that is you'll get shut down in the middle. Basically, like load balancers and stuff won't leave the WebSocket open in the end. So you need that ping pong back because of TCP. Awesome. Okay, so it reconnected, which is what my current one did, which is why the two people that followed me, I'm sorry you didn't get your personal message displayed, but we have fixed things. We have made things better today a little bit. Let's push some of these changes. Let's see. What do we want to add? We want to add everything in front end. Yes. Oh no! Oh no! You followed and I wasn't actually... All right, Togglebit, I appreciate your follow. You followed and I wasn't actually running it locally because we could have seen what it... You know what, Togglebit, do me a favor. I'm looking at you right now. Unfollow. That's right. You heard me. Unfollow right this minute. Because we can actually see it all work right here if you follow right now. And I would appreciate it. Actually, just to make sure it's all working. We can actually test this locally. Lawnmow, thank you so much. So, check this out. This should get a connection message in just a second after it... Or not. Or not. It's broken. There we go. That is the Twitch event that should show up on OBS as soon as I push all of this stuff out there. In the Ancient Realm, Togglebit, a mischievous gnome rogue sought a purpose beyond thieving. Fate intervened when a jaded hero, wounded and lost, stumbled upon him. Wow. Okay, so we need to work on our machine learning just a little bit because this gets a little bit... It swears loyalty too much. When I said to please welcome my new follower... Lawnmow, you are a goblin. That's exactly what it is. I wanted to have custom Twitch messages, so that's what we got. Maybe it's a small cult. Possibly it's a small cult. I don't know why it goes to swearing loyalty. I swear, we can actually look at the code. This is not... I did not tell it to swear loyalty. All right. You are D&D GPT. When answering any questions, you always answer with a short epic story as a Dungeons and Dragons master in 65 words or less. Okay, so maybe that's my problem. Maybe that's my problem. But when you get a new follower, it's supposed to tell me an epic story about how your name became my new follower. Why it decides to use the words swears loyalty 85% of the time, I do not know. I do not know. I thought it would be fun with the epic. the epic short story, the D&D epic short story. But you know what? Maybe we need to change that just a little bit. Maybe we need to work on this a little bit. Not D&D. I wanted it to be, so the thing is, these all get stored in a database. And the idea was to then also basically anytime you followed or did something like that, or a raid or whatnot, we would add on to your story. And then you'd have this story that you could go read on the website. Or if you subscribed, it would add on to your story that's already there. I haven't gotten to that part yet. Trust me. Haven't gotten to that part yet. So I thought it would be kind of cool to be in an epic setting, like whatnot. But it's swearing loyalty too often, which is a little embarrassing because I think people might think that I actually programmed it to say that. I did not. I did not program it to say to swear. I said, tell me an epic story about how this person became my new subscriber. Maybe tell it it's actually for Twitch, but it should make it sound epic. Maybe that's what. Okay, like I said, we need to work on it just a little. We need to prompt engineer it just a little bit. We need to prompt engineer it just a little bit. The other thing that I want to do is right now we're just using ChatGPT. And I'd like to actually host either Llama or preferably a completely open source version ourselves. And maybe we can work on tweaking and training it ourselves a little bit. Those are some of the things I'd like to do on the stream as we go forward. But I'm happy with where we've gotten some stuff. This has reconnect now, so now the stream should automatically reconnect. Unfortunately, I'd have to stop the stream for it to get the new front end, unfortunately. So we can't do that. But next stream, that will be there. Thank you, YouTube, for coming in and helping. I know I'm pretty much a complete noob at front end and Wasm, and I'm like mediocrely good at Rust. I've never written it professionally, But yeah, never written it professionally. That would be fun. I'd like a job that professionally. I write Go professionally. I don't write anything professionally anymore, but I'm just a YAML engineer. Let me get these committed. Thanks for the follow, guys. Also. Also, Togglebit. Do I? Oh, don't get me started on. Don't get me started on crypto. My goodness. You know what? If you like playing around with crypto, I have no problem with the things. I actually think crypto, or some of the concepts of crypto, are really interesting and could have really good practical effects in the world. I'd like to see the people that are interested in crypto to actually try to solve real world problems. I think if they could do that first. I know that there's a lot of stuff out there. Yeah. Like I said, there's a lot of really interesting things people do in the crypto space. Yeah, I'm actually really annoyed at the fact too. Yeah, you have to have a job in crypto if you want to work in Rust. And that's not entirely true. I know like Discord uses Rust. I know that there's a couple places that have a few small microservices, but even there, it's a few microservices and it's not their entire architecture or anything like that. So even just working for that company doesn't mean that you're even likely to work on Rust. Oh yeah, you got to talk to one of the Zig developers? That's really cool. That's really cool. Oh, I know that Windows kernel has Rust, and I know that Rust is enabled in the Linux kernel. We can talk about how much Rust is actually in the kernel that's on the phone, because if you're talking about an Android phone, I don't even think they're on the kernel yet that has it fully enabled. Like, not maybe like the bleeding edge of the Android. Oh, really? Game dev in Rust. I didn't know that, Togglebit. I honestly did not know that. That's awesome. 30% of the native code on Android. I actually wish Android app development would be so much fun in Rust. I think Rust would be so much fun to develop an app for Android in Rust. Like if they had I know they have the native development kit, but I don't feel like that's easy to use in Rust. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is easy to use in Rust. But I feel like that would be really cool. I didn't know that games were using it. Is there a game engine that's big and popular in Rust that supports Android? App development is not fun. Full stop. Landmo, I am sure that you can do. Yes, like I said, they have their native development kit. Is that fun to use? I've looked at Bevy before. I didn't. I have seen Bevy. Dude, you wrote Bonsai DB. That's really cool. Yeah, you are a famous. I did not realize you were the person that wrote Bonsai DB and that you were in my chat. I am like super honored that you are in my chat. But you worked with the guy who wrote Bonsai. Yeah, you work in different circles. That's awesome. I gotta watch a little bit more Rust, Twitch Rust. That I do. That I do. Let me get this pushed. Let me get this pushed. Does he stream as well? I'm getting a bunch of people to now host when I'm getting done. Like I said, I feel like it's I feel like if you host somebody that had like if I have 5 viewers and I host somebody that has like 50 or 100 viewers, I feel weird doing it unless if I actually know the person ahead of time. Because it could be like you're trying to, get attention from that, and I wouldn't want to do that. That would feel weird to me. But at the same time, I don't always know somebody to host. I'm like, oh, I can find some random person. Everything is mental. I try to do the right thing. I don't always know what it is, and so if I do something that's rude on Twitch, I'm very new to streaming on Twitch. I'm not. One thing that I have found out is I'm very slow at programming on Twitch because doing it in front of an audience is like super nerve-wracking. It's why I hate programming interviews, is because I can never think straight when they're like, all right, print your name. And I'm like, oh God, how do I print my name? Oh, print statement. I'm in an interview coding. Gosh. True. I get that. That's why even when I get a raid, I don't get any more followers. All right. I was going to let's make sure this is all committed. We just want the front end stuff. What did we do this time? What was the... We handled the reconnect. We fixed something. It is great. We have fun. I hope people have fun. We did, you guys missed it. Now, one thing Oh, I'm sorry, Togglebit. I'm sorry. 1 second. Nightbot is super aggressive. Let me fix this for you. Nightbot is super aggressive. I don't know. Maybe a super pro streamer can tell me how to fix this, but I can't tell Nightbot not to silence you if you post a link a second time. So 1 second. I can fix this though. This is the only way that I found the ability to keep random people that aren't followers from posting links. And it's a little difficult. You got 0 spam? I unfortunately have gotten spam. I'm about to turn it off though. The amount of spam that I got wasn't bad enough for this interaction. My chat settings are like the well, we can go look at them. There's nothing to hide here except my regulars. Oh, I do have a Discord server. It's actually linked under this stream. Sorry about that. You know what? That's actually a great thing. I just set up Nightbot. So you have my GitHub, but we need a Discord. Absolutely. Thank you. Got to find that link. There we go. Oh, okay. That's cool. Well, there is now a Discord. I literally just set up Nightbot like a week ago or so. I've been streaming for I don't know, a couple of maybe a couple of months now. So yeah. Oh, I can whitelist, can't I? Okay, I might just turn it off. I'm not very good at this. I was just trying to set it up so that's like a standard stream. Trying to do let's see options, accept filters, regulars are set. Oh, actually I could just do it on followers. I hate that it's like, oh, I'm not asking you to no, I can't do it on followers. That's right, I couldn't do it on followers. Here we go. Yeah. Oh, did I accidentally commit the dist? I probably did. I probably don't have a git ignore. Thanks, Togglebit. I appreciate it. I also have a YouTube channel. I've been YouTubing for a little bit longer. Yeah, we do some stuff on YouTube. It's more educational stuff. Not anything that you guys could learn from. You guys are better than me. Unless you like Kubernetes or don't like Kubernetes, and then you'll love the stuff. All right, so this is pretty good. We do want to do like docs.rs. This is a list of allowed links, entry 1 per line. You can, okay, so we can just do root domains. I like this. We can come up with some. I guess we'll do u.rs because yeah, we were doing u. We can do some. Yeah, we'll throw that one in there. You can always post that one. All right, cool. I think it is time for me to let's actually fix this. I committed this dist for sure. Yep, see, it's right there. It's already in there. So I'm going to finish this commit, and then we're going to remove it. Because we have to actually just delete the files out of... Oh, man, I can't believe I did that. It's... It's like a sub-nested project, so it wouldn't have even been in my original git ignore. I wonder, did the generation of the Wasm project have a git ignore? Huh. Well, I can't. It's not a git reset because these, you'll notice they're modified because I've already committed them previously. It's not this commit that committed them. So we can do a git reset and definitely not. But the problem is they've already been committed. So you're right. We can do a git reset. But this doesn't fix the problem now because I was an idiot yesterday, not just today. Git status. All right, so but we'll do this commit properly. We'll make sure that we don't hit any of those. Git add, and then we'll add a git ignore. Front end wasm index. Oh, we updated the thing that copies over the config. Git add front end wasm src main and git commit -m updated copy of config file git push. Now, what I need to do is actually remove them from, and then commit the removal of the files, yeah, to fix it. Yeah, it is annoying. You actually use a repo cleaner? I usually just commit the deleting of files. I mean, you can also like go through and remove them from your history or whatnot. None of these are particularly horrifying. Like, it's not secrets or anything, so I'm not going to go through that effort. Actually, let's can I do -r here? I don't do this often enough. Can I just do the whole dist directory? I think. Let's see. Git add front end wasm. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I just needed to stop here because these are already added. These are already added because our git rm already adds them for me. So now I can just commit this. Git commit -m removed dist folder directory. And now we can add them to the git ignore. We'll do dist. I don't. Now watch me make a dist folder. It'll be fantastic. Done. Awesome. Okay. All right. That is me, Togglebit. That is me. I didn't read it just yet. I will do that though. So I'll give it a check out in a second. All right, that's it for right now. If I have time later tonight, I might stream again later tonight because I have the Go stuff to work on Project Eddington that I'm gonna have to work on tonight. We'll see if I feel like streaming or not. Let's see if we can't find somebody from our list of people. Togglebit, are you streaming right now? If you're streaming and chatting, that would be one impressive. But we do have maybe one other person. Let me check this out really quickly. We'll see if I can't find us somebody else to raid in the programming. Do you guys have a recommendation as well? Let's see. Do you guys want to see a Zig stream? I think I think Zig is an interesting concept. Let's see. All right, yeah, let's check out some Zig. I'd be interested in checking some Zig out. We'll do that one. Thanks for the recommendation. And I will see you guys over in Christoph's. Let's see. We do Christoph. Well, thanks for joining. Thanks for all the feedback and sticking around and helping me learn some stuff. It was awesome. And I'll see you guys over in Christoph's channel.